piece of content just went up on my TikTok wall, and the caption says something like, and I'm paraphrasing, so you can go read it yourself if you want, but it says something like, people will do anything, no matter how absurd, to avoid facing themselves. You do not become enlightened by imagining bright lights or white lights. You become enlightened by making bringing darkness into consciousness. So bringing darkness into the light. That's a quote from Carl Jung. Again, if you want to read it verbatim, you can either Google it or go look at the caption in the most recent piece of content uploaded to my TikTok wall. If you're new here, my name is Naima, and I'm the founder of the Academy for Womanhood, and we're on the pioneering path for restoring true love and power and liberating the power of melanin-dominant men and women. And it's very difficult work. It's not cute. It, in many ways, is very isolating, and it's the work when you're called and you actually respond to your calling. It's the most deeply nourishing path, life work ever. So I say that for those of you who are new here, and even to say it, just to lay the foundation for where we're going today. So the unconscious mind, most people will avoid their unconscious mind like the plague. They will avoid their wholeness like the plague. And so I really would like to work with a woman who's ready to make the unconscious conscious, as you see here in the description. I'm setting the intention. I really want to work with a woman, particularly who's melanin dominant. Look, let me be clear. Particularly who's melanin dominant, who knows herself to be so much more, and she's, let me describe this. Let me really describe this. A melanin dominant woman who's already lived what you might call an unusual or adventurous life. What do I mean by that? Maybe you've lived in an ashram, or you've just done so many of the spiritual things, and you're called to do a specific work that will put you outside of the realm of blackness, just typical black church shit, typical black woman conversations, just a mundane, boring, lame shit of average. So this is obviously not for average black women who have been very okay with living average lives, even if they complain about their average life. So you've lived a very, maybe you were a former hooker, dancer, maybe you lived in an all girls commune. You've lived a very adventurous, marginal, strange life. Maybe you've been to jail, and I say that because there's a certain experience in mind of a woman like this. She's typically more spacious in her mind. So I want to work with a woman who, one, is this, so let me continue. You can feel the vastness that you're required to embody, and it right now for you it feels too heavy. Right now it feels impossible. Right now it feels dangerous. Right now it feels like it takes your breath away. It feels like you can't, but it's in you. It won't let you go, right? And you've done a lot of things, cheap calories, empty calories, to try to pretend yourself into thinking that you're doing the real thing, but you're never really doing the real thing. You've already gotten knocked around. You got dragged by some nigga, right? Running from your power, trying to distract yourself with something with enough force to keep you distracted from your power. You've already, maybe you've already gotten sick in a major way. You've lost things, deaths in the family. Maybe you've already faced the door of suicide multiple times, and you're old enough also, right? So you don't have that you're young, so you don't have enough life behind you to look back and be like, fuck, I have just spent the last 15, 20 years running from myself. And And you know that the work that you're called to do, and more so the woman who you're required to become, is such a high responsibility, such a high, and it requires such an obedience of you listening to the voice that constantly, it's like that voice has been a constant, steady stream that is so ever present, telling you exactly what to do. And it's so easy, but then you allow yourself to get caught up and all the things that you've gotten caught up in. And that voice, here it is yet again, right? Always ever present, because it was born with you to guide you through the exact, precise, pristine life you are to live. So even as I'm talking, you are reminded of the high responsibility, the pristine yesness of it, and how in this ascended state, raw honesty is so essential. There's no lying, not even little innocent white lies. And this is you, like, you know this, you feel this, you are this, right? So as I'm talking, this is separating, it's making sense who this is for and who this is not for. And so I want to work with this kind of woman who's really ready to embody this level of power and be that authority at whatever level you're called to be that authority, whether it's on the world stage in a major way, like literally when you get on camera, live stream, whatever, the content, you know that you're speaking to the world and you are restructuring the world and you are positioning yourself as the leader in the direction that you see the world to be. So this is the kind of woman who I want to work with. And you're ready for astute maturity. Okay. You're done fucking around. You're done with the drugs and alcohol. If that's been a part of your path, oftentimes it is. You're done with superiority complexes unnecessarily. You're done, just all the things. You're done. You don't want another damn voyage that's some sneaky way to take you off the path of your actual call in life. This is who I want to work with. This is who I want to work privately with. So to complete an application to work privately, and by the way, this investment to work privately is multiple 5 figures. Okay. The investment to work privately together and making the unconscious conscious and embodying this power, because takes time. We're going to be working together for a while. This is not a few sessions type shit. We're talking about minimum a year. And when we're doing this work for real, it's years. Okay. The application you can complete by going to the link in my bio and you click it, and there's like 7 options. At the bottom is the application for us to work together. And I'll say this, please do not fill out the application if you don't qualify at this level. Please do not. I've had women, too many women, who don't qualify. They know they don't qualify, but they're like, well, I just wanted to see, or some. Please don't. Just, okay? This is very serious work. We'll be meeting in person. It's really high order work. It's so let me continue here. So I clearly, I'm a Black woman, right? So I appear as a Black woman, and I have a lot of the vernacular associated with Blackness. And so people, it's easy for people to think I'm cis, and hey sis, hey girl, sis, and I know that's right, and we gotta do it, girl. We gotta make it happen, girl. And get to talking in this way, and y'all hear me talking. And I'm in this avatar to be able to be seen as a Black woman, to work with the other Black women who are born the same way, to do very distinct work in this world. Okay. You either caught that or you didn't. Okay. And so one of the things that I'm instructed and guided to do in this lifetime is to restore the power in melanin dominant women. Restore the full actual power in melanin dominant men and women. Okay. So right now, clearly we're well off the mark. We are the ones to rule the world. Okay. Anybody saw that Muhammad Ali clip that maybe was viral? Where he said, the world belongs to Black people. Anybody saw that? The world belongs to Black people, Muhammad Ali. Anybody here see that? So, with all that has happened on this planet, with all that has happened on this planet to Black people, okay, we are the power. The issue is so many of us, one, there's a lot of self-hate going on because of the systems at play. There's a lot of unwillingness to make the unconscious conscious. Lots of unwilling to make the unconscious conscious. An okayness with wasting one's precious life, because you're going to die for sure. There's no question. Just like your great, great, great grandmother is dead and gone, you will be too one day. Okay. So being okay with just wasting this one precious life is another problem. And allowing oneself to constantly get distracted and rattled by the perpetual attempts to hypnotize humanity, not just Black people, but hypnotize humanity out of his own attention and into somebody else's agenda through a video, a Netflix, a this show, this movie, this news, this world event, this catastrophe, this problem, this thing to go do. Oh my God, now we're worried about this. Oh God, Trump this. Oh, humanity this. Oh, that this. Oh my God, this. Oh my this. Oh that, and them, and this, and oh my God, and oh, and meanwhile, year by year by year by year goes by. And folks not only are not doing what they're here to do, but when you're Black in that state and you're loaded with self-hate and unwillingness to make the unconscious conscious, just getting swept up by life, you never come home to the power that you actually are. Again, this is assuming that you know who you are and you know you have the power, you are the power. So I'm here in large part to restore the actual power. To restore the actual power. To restore the actual power. Not none of this power. None of this scarcity-based, fear-based, stick it to the man-based, unsustainable. None of that. So I say all that to lay it down. And I have a ritual that is a manifestation of my unconscious mind that I created in 2023. It may have been 2022, but I published it to the world in 2023. And how this came about is I'm a woman, part of, somebody here mentioned karma. There's certain realities and circumstances that become our life to facilitate in us coming into our power. Some of you here know exactly what I'm talking about. Difficulties, extreme difficulties, because nobody becomes powerful when life is beautiful and wonderful and leveled up and easy, and nobody becomes powerful like that. You become powerful when life presents hell to you and you find a way through. You become the shaman, you become the magician, you become the supreme being, you become the light when hell is at your doorstep and you find your way out. So when folks are having these extreme conditions in their life, born in poverty, abused for years by aunts and uncles and aunties and grandpas, suicidal for 20 years, betrayed, abandoned, lived in a park for 7 years, raped as a teenager, harmed by any and everybody, visited by the devil, dragged through hell. The shaman in training, I should say, the shaman in training finds their way through. When this person actually finds their way through, not someone who learns how to manage trauma, learns how to manage stress, but actually makes it all the way through, which is alchemical. Okay? It's alchemical. It's making the unconscious conscious, meaning everything that's in the dark, everything in you that's self-hating, everything that makes you your own enemy, but somehow you turned it into they are the enemy. They are the what do you call that? Wicked, evil eye. They are the evil eye. They are the malevolent entity. They didn't love me. They didn't support me because they don't like me, because those people are wicked and evil, because those people where we never look at what's going on around here. Okay. So when you do this alchemical work of making the unconscious conscious, of going all the way through to the other side of all of your most wicked, vile, soul disrupting experiences in life, and you get to the other side, you are a shaman, whether you identify with that language or not. Okay. Shaman, healer, medicine woman, da, 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 da. It reminds me of this saying, and I might cry because every time I share this, it's so just real. So there was this woman in this village, and she was stuck in this hole. And people was calling her crazy. She was stuck in this hole. So we can relate this to a Black woman with mental illness. You know, the kind you see walking down the street half naked, talking to themselves, and because they motherfuckers. It's like she got Tourette's. Man or woman. So just imagine a woman like that in a village stuck in a hole. Somehow she ended up in this ditch and she can't get out the damn ditch. Do y'all have an image of that? Let me know in the comments. Can you see that? All right. So she in this ditch and she can't get out, and she pacing the ditch. She got an empty cup down there. You can tell she ain't bathed in Lord knows how long. And most people just coming looking at her with a video. Look at her. Look at this crazy lady. Look. Just taking videos and pictures of her down up in that ditch and can't get out. Uploading pictures on the TikTok, just talking shit. Just crazy lady. Mental illness, y'all. I'm telling y'all, mental illness is crazy. That's why we need to see. Our people need to. This shit is crazy, y'all. I'm telling y'all. See, That's how most people talking, right? And then somebody is like, man, go call a doctor. Somebody go call a doctor, man. And somebody goes and calls, a doctor that makes house calls. And the doctor come over and look down at her and says, wow, that's a ditch. That's a ditch down there. That's deep. That's, it seems like she might have mental illness. I don't know, but I have these over-the-counter pills that I can give to her. And he throws those over-the-counter pills down into the ditch, right? She looks up at him like, you motherfucker, you. And she might find her with the damn thing and take the pill. And she take the pill and nothing happens, right? Because she been on all the dopes. So ain't no over-the-counter shit gonna help her anyway if they wanted to give her some dope, right? So he leaves, the doctor leaves, and people constantly looking at this lady, just looking down at her. She's like 8 to 10, she's like 15 feet. She down there, right? And somebody say, call a healer. Call a healer. This lady needs some healing. And they go get one of them, one of those healers, love and light. Love and light. She got that white wrap on her head. Love and light. Let's place a white light around this woman. This is somebody's daughter. Let's pray and put healing energy and put that Reiki on this woman. Yes, Father God. We send blessings of light and healing. Okay? Come on. Yeah? Yeah. See? Then some wise old man see everybody looking down over this ditch, and he walk over there slow and say, what's all this ruckus going on around here? What is this ruckus going on around here? And he come over and he look down at that ditch. He say, oh yeah, we need a damn shaman around here. We need a witch around this motherfucker. We need a damn, we need that crazy lady up around the way who live up in that shack up on that hill by herself. Oh, they didn't, they put a restriction on my live stream. So now they didn't, okay. Yeah, okay. Y'all go ahead and share the live stream. TikTok just gave me a notification that they not sharing it no more. Well, yeah, of course. But this old wise man, after he looked at this lady in the ditch, he say, somebody call that crazy lady that live up on that hill by herself, that be thinking and talking out loud and calling down help. Somebody go call that lady. Somebody go call that crazy lady around there. That lady who told us what was coming 10 years ago to it. Somebody go call that lady. And somebody else who was just watching, because there's a lot of people who watching and they can see the shits and they just stay out the way. They just stay out the way. But they know shit when they see shit. Okay? So this person go and get the crazy lady. And the crazy lady come to the ditch. And she climbs down into the fucking ditch. Okay? Yeah. See? Is you gonna do what you came here for, or you just gonna stand around the damn ditch and look at people suffering? Okay? And don't think because people got money, they ain't suffering. Okay? Don't think because people look good and they talk good that they ain't suffering. Don't think that because they married with a house in the suburbs that they ain't suffering. Stop counting people's wallets. She got down in that ditch. That lady, mental illness. She got down in that ditch and sat on the floor. And she looked that lady in the eye. And she said to her, I've been here before. I'm going to help you get out of here. Yeah, see? That's why. See, some people think I'm just doomed for hell on this planet. This is the cards I was dealt, blaming a mama because she allowed a molester to live in the house for 10 years. Your father, your stepfather, your uncle, because it feel like you've been attacked by demons for the last 20 years. Okay? Because life been hard, because you did all the right things, or even that you come from a line of dangerous healers. You come from a line of crazy ladies. See? And you feel it, You got people in your family that were powerful and they were disobedient for whatever reason. They were disobedient to that still voice that told them what to do, but that will put them on the line. And if you don't embody this vast creative power, you're going to be like those in your family line that have already shown you what's in store when you're disobedient to that still voice. You're going to be like the crazy lady down in the ditch. You're going to face suicide yet again. You're going to all the things. If you do not make the unconscious conscious, it will rule your life and you will call it fate. If you do not make the unconscious conscious, it will rule your life and you will call it fate. I feel like I'm done here unless there's some questions. So yeah. Are there any questions? I'm going to give 45 seconds for good questions. Otherwise, I'm out of here. Should we avoid, wait, hold on. Can my alignment to the healer be my true path? What does that mean? Should we avoid men in this journey? It depends on your level. Depends on where you are. It really depends on who you are. And if you're asking that, I think you've asked me that before. What did I tell you before? I remember you, pretty face. How do you make the unconscious conscious? Bringing everything, one, look at the patterns that you hate. That's your unconscious at work. And come with genuine curiosity about your wanting to know what is this pattern. Because anything that's a pattern in your life that you hate is the unconscious at work. Anywhere that you have, that you have heavy projection, those people, them fucking greedy capitalists, fucking murderers, fucking anywhere that you have huge projection. That's another way to make the unconscious conscious. anywhere where you have a constant feeling that you think you don't like or that you think you hate. All of those are ways to begin to make the unconscious conscious. And you want to interrogate them with genuine curiosity and compassion. You cannot blame and judge yourself as you're making the unconscious conscious, because the unconscious you, as I told this woman who got my pussy alchemy ritual, the unconscious you is so many things, Lord knows, because we all have ours, is lazy, is mean, is filthy, is petty, is vile, is wicked, is, all that. That's the unconscious. So if you are judging and shaming yourself, you're not going to be able to uncover what's in you that's keeping you in these patterns that you think you hate. That's my answer. So this conversation of worshiping men, I actually think it's worth discussing, because worshiping men is not directly worshiping men, is being in your own sovereignty, and in that you know how to call men up, and in that it looks like worshiping a male. This is a much higher transcendental relationship. I invite you to go to my YouTube channel and look at my most recent uploaded video. It was uploaded maybe 3 days ago. It's called Worship the Black Man. So you can go watch that pretty face. Go to the link in my bio, click it. There's a YouTube video and it'll take you to a video, and the thumbnail says Worship the Black Man. Go watch that. How do you push through the barrier of knowing others are not getting your message? You don't talk to them. If they're not getting it, meaning like if they don't want to get it, you don't talk to them. If it's just a matter of not understanding, then ask questions. Questions clarify a lot. And slow down, back up, okay? All right, y'all take care of yourselves.